Hi, it's the last day of the 8-day challenge. Hello and welcome to this session. Last one, and today's discussion really is, where do we go from here? Because you've got yourself a course outline, maybe two, maybe three, maybe half a dozen in a half day or a whole day. And now you want to decide really what you're going to do with it, because you've got this piece of work that you've achieved, and the bits in the middle, which is your knowledge, that's the next stage really for you. But in terms of this 8-day challenge, I just want to go back over a couple of the things that happened to me, that the way it's worked out, and see which of these suit you the best. As I've mentioned across the different days, there's quite a few different products that I've developed now, and I wanted just to explain to you how they became into existence and how they work for me now, and then it might give you an idea of which channel you would like to go down. So the top left here, this personal assertiveness, I got this picture created in a company called Fiverr.com. So it's Fiverr.com, and for, believe it or not, $5 I got this is 3D digital picture created, which it was designed by someone else, and I have the rights to use it. So I don't have a book that looks like that. It's a digital picture. It's been created very cheaply, but what it does is it represents a digital product that I have, which is personal assertiveness. So that's an idea of how you can create something special that you can put in your marketing. The middle one here, this is a full day course, and it's always been very successful. I pulled together a few different aspects of behaviour management, put them together, and I called it a four-way approach. So I remember we talked yesterday about the fact that you need to have a catchy title. Well, this one's always been, I call it the BM4W, Behaviour Management, a Four-Way Approach, and that's the course book that goes with it. I also have half-day courses that I run on single fixed dates, and I run this one on fixed dates as well in London, and I've run half-day fixed dates where I may have had a different topic in the morning than I have in the afternoon, and then I've just created a leaflet and sent it out to people. This Behaviour Expert Academy, this is another picture of a folder that I got from Fiverr.com. Somebody created that for me. I think you'll agree it looks quite impressive, and it costs $5, so that's £3.80 or something. I also run webinars, and I run them mainly for marketing purposes, so that people can they sign up for them, and then I capture new people into my interest sales funnel. But also I've used webinars for my home study programs, and so it's an easy way of learning, getting some guided learning, and that might be something you'd like to look at, home study, without having to go out to train. And then I'm also run accredited programs, and OCN London are the awarding body that I'm affiliated with. So we write the programs, they put them as a national qualification, and that's what we do with them. So you need to choose how you're going to go forward. The other thing, obviously, is if you've got a training product which is quite good and you don't want to run it yourself or set up your own business, you could also contact other training companies who might want to take on your services. Certainly I've got other trainers that do some work for me, because they have topics that I don't have knowledge enough to run training programs for, but they fit quite well under my banner. So that would be something else that you could do. You could look at other training companies and offer your services. So let's look at some case studies. My behaviour management program, four-way approach, I run them periodically, 2 a term, so that's 6 per year. Each place is £195. Out of that, I probably have to pay about £70 per person for the venue. I never take large groups because I don't think you get the best from the day. So in a year, doing 6 of those, I get around about £9,000. If you wanted to run your programs in-house, well, those fees obviously are at your discretion. Certainly when I started, I charged £250 a day, but I charged almost 3 times as much as that now. But you know, you have, while you're learning your craft, maybe you would think about keeping your costs low to get some new business before you expand a bit. Here's another case study, Behaviour Expert Academy. That's my membership program. When I started running that, I ran it as a pilot, and the actual academy is £42 a month for 6 months. But when I launched it as a pilot in order to get the best value for my customers, I discounted it to £21 a month per person, and I had 45 people came on the pilot. So each month I received £945 for that. So that was just the pilot. That then paid for the physical copy that I wanted to produce. So the marketing of the actual final product was paid for by this pilot course. And so that might be something you think about doing. You know, launching a pilot and asking people to join in. However you do it, whether it's a pilot one day or a membership program, whatever. I'm just giving you examples here. Here's another case study then. So having run the membership group pilot, I then had all these resources, which is now a hardback, and I sell it to schools and colleges to use as induction. So there's 6 different topics in there, and it's got a webinar, it's got reading material, and it's got activities. I sell it now for £75 per folder, and I sold more than 100 last year. So that was actually passive income. I'd already done all the work for it when I ran the pilot. Does that make sense? So I have another membership program now, which is completely unique, but the pilot one is the Expert Academy. And of course I've got my lovely little booklet there, which was created by Fiverr.com. Here's another one, they're distance learning. So I've set up my accredited programs. My most popular one is ADHD level 2 and level 3. So to run that as a home study, I charge £149 plus VAT, and customers receive a hard folder. So it's like a folder with a book in it and a workbook and a USB with a copy of all the materials. We do tutorials via telephone and email, so I don't actually have to leave home for this training. Last year I had 117 home study customers, so that was quite a good piece of income for me, because I did, you know, it was all work from home. So emails were received, I posted out stuff, they posted stuff back to me, marked it, got the accreditation. That was a very nice, and it still is running now, obviously, so that's something you might want to consider. And obviously I run in-house programs. So last year we did 72 days. I didn't do all of them. Either wasn't free or it wasn't a subject that I can deliver, so other trainers would go out on my behalf. Last year we did 72 days, so it was a very good piece of work for us. We only have 38 weeks of the year when we can work, because we work mostly in education, so that was quite good. So I would say, on the whole, training, you need to have lots of strands, because if I only did in-house, or if I only did distance learning, or if I only did 6-pack, you know, it wouldn't be enough to feed my children and pay my mortgage. So I think having different strands is where you need to go if you wanted to work for yourself sort of full time. So it's your turn now. You've got your training program. You need to create your resources and get your course to market, and obviously you need to position yourself as the go-to person. So you need to decide how you're going to have your courses. Are you going to go for the home study option? Maybe you want a membership program. I think that's quite a good thing to do. Inset is always good, because there's no venue costs. You just go to wherever you have the booking and you deliver on their premises, and it's basically all profit then. And then all your fixed dates, where you set a day and a time and people come to you at the venue. So there's good and bad about that. I mean, I like it because you get to meet people. You have a very varied amount of people in your room, but it's up to you. What do you want to do with it? At the end of the day, I'm just going to briefly tell you about this, and then if you're interested to know more, I'll give you the link. But I'm going to be doing 2 days of training later in the year in August. One day is going to be all about creating resources around your course. So if you are stuck as to how you're going to deliver it without standing at the front and speaking, then you could use some of my ideas and models in the way that we do it in my training. And on that creation of learning resources day, I'd bring printers, laminators, card, paper, everything. You can actually create your own resources based on some of the information we share. And on the other day, 25th of August, is going to be all about how you market your courses. So it's entirely up to you. It's absolutely, there is no necessity for you to come on this at all. I'm just telling you about it if you wanted to take it a little bit further. So click through to the link on the FB page when I've got it ready, and I'll put it up sometime, and if you want to know more. But in the meantime, I would like to say thank you so much for your participation. Really good luck with your course, and I would love to see your course outline. So I'd love to see your finished outline that you've got with your or outlines, because I'm sure you've got more than one. Send them over to me on the email. I'd love to look, because if there's something that works for me and I might want to explore how we can work together, then that will be an opportunity for that to happen. The Facebook page will close in a couple of weeks, so you won't have access to any of the other comments or any of the webinars after that. But thanks again so much for your participation. It's been really great working with you. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.